Hey guys, it's Lindsay. We're gonna do a reading today. What are we doing a reading for? I was like, I need to get on. I don't know. I think I want to do a collective reading. Yeah. Okay. So usually when I get pinged to do messages, I'll just read them because I'm not going to stop the flow of the energy, right, that's coming through. So it is going to be a collective reading, a group reading. So as always, if any of these messages don't resonate for you, please take only what you need and leave the rest. You know, do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. I will bless the cards. I'm not going to bless them in smoke like we usually do. We're going to bless them in sunlight. Because we have some sunlight right here. So we're just going to do that. We're in a very relaxed mode today. It's fine. Spirit, I ask that any and all messages that come through the cards come through with clarity and understanding for all those involved and for their highest good at this point in time only. I ask that I am also able to speak clearly and convey the messages appropriately. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into it. I don't know. It's just like sometimes I get the ping for the messages, and I'm like, okay, we're going to do this, and we're just going on a little adventure together, you know, which is kind of fun. I did have a couple of cards fly out to Spirit. We're going to get some clarification around these cards for the collective. What is the collective? Okay. So a lot of people are currently dealing with this Lover's energy. So the Lover's energy, love, romantic connections. But the way this is coming through, which is really interesting, is more like past life love connections coming in. So people coming in as not necessarily lovers right now, although that may be the case, but friends, people coming in through work, things like that, but people who in past lives you've had significant romantic connections with. So these were like long-term marriages, you know, multiple lifetimes together in romantic relationships. And that energy is coming through very heavily for the collective right now. And part of this, I don't usually do twin flame style readings, you know. So what we're going to call this, twin souls is what we're going to call it. So people whose souls are very closely attached, very closely related. So if you believe in souls living in other, you know, planets or, you know, existences or things like that, you've been with them in many, many existences, probably more than most. So you get this feeling of being twins. It's like this unnamed feeling that the both of you recognize. So it also gives the energy of like seeing each other across rooms and like having that eye connection where you're like, you don't even need to speak, but you like know what the other person is thinking, right? So, and this for many people, the way it's coming in is new relationships. So it's like you're first meeting this person, but you're like, oh, okay, that's weird. I've never felt an energetic connection like this before. But it's scary, like familiar in a way that, you know, it's like kind of looking at myself basically. So it's very interesting. So you have also the Seven of Coins. So typically coins has to do with money, but again, we're getting this kind of twin energy that's happening here. And again, I don't typically do twin flame readings. That's not my thing. Like the closest I get to is divine partners, which is more of like a soul partnership. I mean, you can call it what you can call it. If it rings true for you and how you experience your life, I don't think you need to necessarily call it something specific. Like the need to name everything and call everything by something specific, I think sometimes detracts from the importance of that thing, specifically around bonds. So as we're talking about this twin-like energy, we're also talking about people who in one of their recent past life, this is what I'm getting. So there was a break. So you see the flames between them. One is light and one is dark. There was an intense break in one of the recent past lifetimes where maybe you didn't experience this person for a few lifetimes. Something happened where that soul connection was broken and you were separated. So there's this energy. This is such a strange reading, but we're going to go with it. There is this energy that's coming through of like meeting each other after not having seen each other for a very long time. And so this, if you've ever had an experience with someone where you hold somebody in your heart and you don't see them anymore, but you think of them fondly, right? And they really hold a space in your heart. And then one day you see them and it's just like, locking eyes across the room. That's what I'm getting. But in the sense of you've been missing each other for lifetimes. In a deep spiritual level, but almost it's interesting too, because there's this other thing, and I'm also channeling a little bit, so you may not see me, holding the cards. There's this other thing with the bodies, the physical bodies. So the break, whatever happened between you two in that lifetime, the break was so intense that at a cellular level in your lifetimes, it was almost like it reverberated in those other lifetimes. You know what I mean? Like you could feel it in your cells that there was something missing in those lifetimes where you didn't have each other, and you were fulfilled, or maybe you weren't, or maybe whatever happened, but there was this aspect of somebody didn't come back. They were supposed to come back and they didn't come back, and it's almost like this unspoken thing. So when you see them in this lifetime, you're like, they came back. And both of you are like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? So it's the intensity of this, you finally came back, And again, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship necessarily. This can be a friendship, although there are the overtones of romance because you've had intense romantic connections to this person in your past lives. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I don't know. Like, that was like that. Oh, let's dig a little deeper because I'm really into this reading right now, and I hope you guys are too. Like, pop your feedback, pop your comments, because these messages that are coming through are amazing. So that's because we did the light blessing, guys. The light brings in the good stuff. Look at that. The cards are glowing. There we go. Okay, so let's get a little deeper on, so say we have recognized this connection, we have seen it, let's give us a little further message, Spirit, a little deeper message on what is coming through now in this lifetime for this connection and what should be expected. Okay, so there's this other thing that's happening here. I'm not even looking at these cards. I'm looking at these cards. This card was on the floor. And so, again, channeling, not really the cards, but I don't need the cards. I've been doing this for so long. I love the cards. I don't need the cards. That's how you know a real tarot reader. Okay. So, I was focused on the greenery here. So in this connection, there is a level of growth and expansion that you are going to notice in conversation with this person. So again, the greenery, the growth, the new growth, right? So part of the reason that there is an attraction collective to this person, besides the fact that you've missed them at a soul level, in this lifetime, the next steps for you together are that you are expanding your souls together. And one of the ways you do that is through conversation. So this to me reads like people who are learning from each other, but people who also like to learn together. So there are certain connections where, like, you know, shared interests and things like that, but also where you bring new interest to this person and this person brings new interest to you, and there's expansion in that way. And the way that it's showing up is like 1,000-fold. So you're like bringing this to this person and they're bringing this to you, and you're sharing this energy, and it's reverberating off of each other in such a way that it's expanding beyond you both into the people around you. Because when you have this energy of openness, learning, and expansion kind of culminating together, and you're reverberating, even when you're not in each other's physical presence, it's that energy is pulsing out to the people around you. And it's almost like the people around you are like, what is going on with you? Like they're looking at you and they're like, what? They can sense, like, maybe they can't put the words to it specifically, but they're like, something has changed. Like, what is going on with you? Why are you not even just acting this way, but like your energy has completely just shifted into something else? And that's because, and I kept getting mirror in another reading, and I do think that's part of it. You guys are mirrors, but more than that, all I keep seeing is, it's almost like 2 cells, but maybe it's not 2 cells. I don't know. You ever see sound waves? If you've ever seen, like, watch the video, you see the sound waves like reverberating off of each other, and they just whoosh, and they'll like go out and they get larger as they go out, but they have this meeting point, right? So when the sounds hit something and it reverberates back outward, well, when your energy, when your sounds synchronize together with this person, it's, I heard catastrophic, but that's not it. That's not the right word. It's world changing, because everybody within your spheres, whether they understand it or not at a physical and like conscious sense in this physical body, can feel it. Okay. And you're helping everybody like in your spheres raise up just by the act of being in each other's presence again. Okay. And again, I'm getting like, okay, this is weird, but if you believe in this, I kind of believe in this, but like, it's almost like home planet energy, right? So I'm an Aquarius. We're a little bit alien. We're a little bit strange, but go with it, okay? So I'm getting home planet energy. Or, so this person, like, whatever fucking solar system you came from, because it's not Earth. You didn't originate here. You originated somewhere else, and it's a lot older. Like millions of years older. Like this connection, like you originated together somewhere out in deep space, right? Me third eye. It's okay. We're human. That's fine. We get little things. It just means I can see you guys better. Okay. So you guys originated out in the edges of the universe together. Okay. And so this is what it's feeling like, is coming back together. The other thing that's coming through, and again, I'm channeling, like I don't have my cards right now. The other thing that's coming through is, it's almost like your souls planet hopped. in trying to find each other, you're trying to find the same planet. Like, you lost each other. There was a separation, a very deep separation, and your souls were planet hopping, and like you would just be like, oh, over in that nearby planet you incarnated over here and you're over here, but you're not together where you see each other, right? And so finally you're here, you're on Earth. And even if you've been on Earth in multiple lifetimes at the same time together, you were on different continents. You were on the opposite sides of the Earth. And finally, you're here at this one little point together. And it's like all that energy, all those lifetimes where you were just missing each other, has shifted and pinpointed here. Okay? Collective, so you're here, and you're really, really here. And it's not messing around, especially with this person. And you recognize that, because I feel like there's a different tone to this lifetime as well. There's an intensity to this lifetime for all of us. You know, we've incarnated here for a reason, and in this specific lifetime because of what is happening in the world, and we've incarnated to change the path of pain into love, into growth, into oneness. And for you and this person specifically, it's shifted. And it's like that little pinpoint, you know, you see like the Google Maps, and all of a sudden you see a pinpoint. And the focus point is so intense because you've been searching for each other for so long without realizing it in some ways. It's almost like there was a memory block. There was a block in lifetimes because whatever happened was so painful that it would just like, you blocked each other. I'm hearing betrayal, so something happened with a betrayal. But regardless, you're here now, and you have found each other whether or not you meant to. So your path now is to conversate with this person, literally just conversate, to learn from this person what they know in this lifetime, what they feel. And it's not even about the words, honestly. It's not about the words at all. It's about the energy that you share when you sit in each other's presence. Because even when you're not, as I said, when you're out of that presence, you are expanding others, because now you are in synchronicity with this person. And I also just want to preface this by saying, like, we are all whole humans as we are. We're whole beings as we are. I don't like that term, the other half. You are not a half of a person. You are a whole human being. And do you need to find yourself? Are there things that you need to reclaim? Sure. But another person is not going to make you whole. You are whole unto yourself. So I just want to be like very clear on that. But I do just want to confirm for you that this, you know, if you have been feeling this way about a certain person and they've voiced it and you've also kind of thought about it, it's real. It's legitimate in the way that it's coming through. So anything else, Spirit, for us to come through? This is my, as we're doing it, this is my octopus mug. His name is Henry. So octopi, I learned as a spirit animal, because they regrow their limbs, they are helpful for, you know, regrowth, whatever. But I just saw him and I thought he was the cutest little thing. So this is Henry. But anyways, whatever. So as I spill the cards all over myself, any last messages, Spirit? Any last messages, Spirit? I think the gist of this is what I'm getting is you guys are kind of communing together. You're realigning with each other's energy. because there's something beyond that expansiveness that you're supposed to do together that it's almost like contractually, like, you know, like soul contracts and things like that. But I don't even think you have made a soul contract. And if you have, you know, it's like, just because you're here, the universe has aligned and put you together, back together. And like, now is the time to fix this, or not fix it, but evolve from where you've been as a soul into the next version. And part of that evolution is opening up each other. You're opening up and unlocking parts of each other that you weren't even aware were closed off. So the other aspect that I'm seeing, okay, is in this lifetime specifically, and maybe, you know, at a cellular level from, you know, ancestral things, whatever. We all have trauma. We're living in this world. We all have trauma, right? So, part of what is coming through is that this person has the specific keys to help you unlock and untangle the pain of your own traumas and your own ancestral traumas, and hold space for that. Not saying that they will heal you, but in the act of being who they are, you heal you. You bring you back to yourself. You reclaim yourself, right? That's your or our duty as, you know, who we are. And healing, again, let me preface this. Healing is not a mountain that you reach the top. Healing is a constant journey where you return yourself back to yourself for the rest of your life. With that being said, there are parts that are hidden so deep that have been locked away within you and within this person. It's almost like little locked rooms is what I'm seeing. Tiny little locked rooms that you didn't even know was there, right? And just by the mere act of being in this person's presence and feeling safe, feeling seen, all these things, those rooms start to unlock, okay? And you may start to feel it in your physical body. You may feel changes in your physical body. Where there was tension in the physical body, there is no longer tension. Where there was pain, there is no longer pain. And it's not anything that you both are mentally doing. You know, you're not doing mental gymnastics to heal each other or something bullshit like that. You guys are just being present, okay? So it's the act of your presence together and returning to presence together for someone who knows you and has seen you through multiple lifetimes and who very much feels like home. Okay? So, yeah. That's the reading. It was mostly a channeled reading, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed it. That was like such a fantastic message. I do appreciate if you guys, you know, leave feedback or commentary. It just really helps me to know, because most of this is me just like posting into the void, right? So, and if you haven't subscribed or whatever, you know, my name is Lindsey Rose. This is Storyteller Tarot, Storyteller Channeling. All my links are in the bio. Otherwise, I wish you all well out there. It's a beautiful day. Take the sun with you. Go speak to your person.